All right, so last time you guys ended up finishing up your raid on the Whar outpost, and found out that the clan has been undergoing some changes under the leadership of the new Jarl, and the um, raid leader in charge of the outposts at White Rack, Gully. He told you guys that he could lead you to the meeting place where the War Clan was getting together to do whatever they were going to do. So you guys were kind of trying to decide. I think you figured out you were going to head north with him since the meeting at Drift Hall wasn't for a few more weeks at least.
Yep. And then he said that hell had sent him after us or something. But that might be a misunderstanding or something like that, or something.
Yeah,
Confusion.
it was along the
We're trying to
lines
figure that
of
out.
the Hell had told the Jarl to stop you guys. So you guys spent the night at your new outpost, recrewed your ship somewhat from some of the losses you'd had earlier, and it's time to set out. As you're getting ready to leave, City comes over to Thorn. Auntie Thorn!
Yes, dear.
Would you teach me how to shoot that bow?
Yep, I'll teach you how to shoot a bow.
Okay. Gee, that one's awful big, though. Do you have one my size?
I'll look through the keep to see if there's a short bow around.
You can find one for her.
I already sold one.
So you can start working on that while traveling, I guess.
Yep, and I'll teach her how to shoot from. He's not big enough for me to ride yet, but I'll teach him how to shoot from Ghost Spec.
Okay. You do notice that, like, while Ghost usually tends to be rather standoffish around everybody else, he doesn't seem to mind City. So, you guys take off, heading north from White Rack, up through some of the different islands. Was there any particular route you guys wanted to take?
I guess that's up to Captain Bathos.
I thought we were gonna go along the coast and then bounce around the islands a little bit on our way north.
So just heading straight up north and then until you get to the coastline and kind of work your way around that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got them pinned, but they're not opening up for me.
The map.
Yeah.
I'll reshare. There you go.
And we're down by White Rack, right?
Yes.
Is that where we were? Okay.
Yep. I think we're actually on White Rack right now.
Yes. And
Yeah, we're at the northwest, that little inlet that comes all the way in, that big long one. That's where we're at.
Okay.
The Gully will tell you that you need to head north past Fulgur up to the peninsula up there coming off the Clone Mountains. So this area.
Okay.
Okay.
Are we also kind of under the assumption that this is like every group of islands or larger islands or something like that's gonna probably have at least one settlement or port or something similar? Like if we needed to stop or anything?
Not usually. Most of the islands don't maintain a year-round or permanent outposts. Okay. The reason why they picked White Rack was they figured there was enough places around there that they could easily get to for hunting purposes, so they didn't extend themselves in the hunting areas that they're in.
All right, and of course, every day I'll do a forecast with Druidcraft, knowing what weather to expect.
Yep. So with that, you're able to avoid the worst of the weather issues. The first day, as you're traveling along, you come across a bag. Looks like it fell overboard in a battle somewhere else and is floating in the water.
A bag?
A bag.
Like a sack.
Yes.
I guess we'll take a slight detour and try to scoop the bag up.
Okay.
Keep a good lookout to see if there's anything using it as a bait and trying to use us as the fish, catch the fish.
So as you pick it up, you notice the bag is wiggling around a good bit as you get it in the boat.
It's moving around?
Yep, it's wiggling.
It's wiggling.
Yeah, use 2 spears, one to pin the bag down and one to open it up to see what's wiggling around.
Yeah. That's for sure. If it's squiggling around, it might be a squid or an octopus or something like that.
No, the bag's only about 4 foot around. 4 foot
bag.
diameter. It's not a huge bag.
All right. I'm gonna poke the bag and see if it squeals or what kind of sound it makes.
All right. You just poking it with your finger or with a weapon or?
Yeah, with my hand, finger, whatever you want to call it.
You hear a very startled. What was that? What's going on? Don't eat me!
Is that a person?
It's a person in the bag.
That's a big bag, 4 foot.
This was gonna lean over to the. Are we supposed to have a person in a bag?
I mean, it's not the most common way to get rid of somebody, but I mean,
It's doable. Is there any custom where you throw somebody into a bag because of something other than
Not that you're aware of. I mean, it may just be somebody got fed up and threw them in a bag, but it seems a strange way to get rid of somebody.
yeah, or maybe they just were a stowaway and fell over. Who knows? Or got washed off shore somehow. I think we should open the bag up.
Hello?
We can't leave them in the
Anyone
bag.
out there?
We hear you. We're going to open the bag. Don't freak out.
Oh no! You're going to season me and eat me, aren't you?
See,
Are you
this would be
thirsty?
freaking out.
You'd be freaked out too if you spent the last 2 days bobbing up and down.
Well, if you spent 2 days bobbing up and down, you lucky.
Yeah?
You think I'm lucky? I spent the entire time panicking, wondering when something was going to eat me, and now it's going to happen.
You know tasty.
I guess Thistle will open the bag.
Thank you. Noise too. Give Thorn headache.
Oh, you're not an ugly sea monster.
No.
And what you
I'm
see in
not
the
a sea
bag
beast.
is, looks like a small person, but has a mushroom growing out of their head. You recognize this as a tomten, which is kind of a fey spirit that usually sticks around people's houses, waking up in the evenings to help their mortal companions finish their chores that didn't get done for the day. Many people will leave out mead or baked goods for them as a thank you.
I'll ask in Elvish if she speaks Elvish.
What kind of crazy language are you yammering about?
I don't know. A lot of Fae speak Elvish. I thought I'd ask.
How did you find yourself in the bag?
Well, I guess I'm a bit of an odd one. Most of my kind likes to stay hidden from everybody. I like to actually have companions, but apparently whoever I was talking to found me annoying and wanted to get rid of me.
I pour a little bit of meat in my horn and go hand it to her.
Oh, thank you.
Well, the thing about companions is they do have to be mutual.
Yes, well, I thought I knew them, but when I introduced myself, everything was going fine, but then a day or two later, I found them throwing me into the river.
Was there anything that preceded that? I'm sure they didn't just one day out of the blue. Maybe they mistook you for someone else.
Well, I mean, I just tried to get their attention to point things out to them when something was going on that they needed to know, and after that point, it eventually found me bobbing in the water.
They think Dark Omen.
Maybe. I don't know.
Where are you headed?
I wasn't headed anywhere.
Where are you from then?
Oh, well,
Where were you before you were in the bag?
there's a little settlement up the fort a ways. Oh, wait, where are we? You happen to have a map?
Mm.
We do, I think, because we got the map from the tower where we found city.
Yep.
Yeah, we just left White Rack.
Oh. You mean I drifted that far south? Oh boy. It's gonna take me forever to get home on these short little legs.
Especially since we're at sea.
Where?
I'm over from, and she'll point on the map to over near Twin Peaks.
Jesus. So she must. Ow. You did come quite some ways.
Yeah, I don't know
And
why.
we're in the middle. We're in the middle.
You guys are like up
the
around the edge of that
Okay.
first peninsula from White Rock.
Is there anybody else you have in Twin Peaks? I mean, I can't imagine really wanting to head back if it's just going to lead to you being bagged and tagged again.
Oh no, I would definitely prefer not to go back there, or if at all possible.
What you do?
I just tried to help people. You know, there was something they needed to see, and I'd say, "Hey, over here." They didn't like it after a little while. It only took them a day before they wanted to get rid of me.
What kinds of things were you pointing out?
Well, it was usually like they left something laying around, and they were looking for it later, and I just was trying to point out where it was.
Something about this does not sound right.
I Thorn, you?
Oh, Navi.
Not
Navi.
Yeah. Yeah, Navi. Yeah.
no sneak with Nadi in party.
How did I know that was your name? How strange. How strange.
I don't know. You're good at guessing?
Down suddenly slumps to the floor like, oh.
I think she's harmless.
Albeit mouthy.
She know poems? Poems funny.
Who?
What talents do you have, Navi, aside from pointing things out?
Usually I would help, folks finish up their household chores, doing dishes, washing clothes, things like that. If they didn't have time to get to them for the day and they were being nice to me, I'd help them out.
Can you do magic?
She kind of shrugs and disappears for a moment.
Cool.
And then reappears a few seconds later.
Naughty galley helper.
I can also do this. And you see her teleport from one end of the boat to the other.
Yeah, I think we could probably find.
And she starts. You hear her start like making a bunch of growls, grunts, and other things as she starts talking to Thorn. Yeah, that's about all the magic I can do.
So you can disappear, teleport, and
Talk to animals. Yeah.
talk to animals. We could probably find something for you to do. Well, we're headed north. I can't speak for everybody. Our Captain Bathos will have the final say, but we could probably find something to her to do.
Galley helper Paige.
She could move throughout the ship quickly.
Hold on,
Remember
guys. The
last
dog
week
has decided to
I was
start
giving
barking.
everyone jobs.
Yeah, that's right.
So I just give her the job of galley helper and Paige. And I go back to fletching an arrow.
All right. So, what'd you guys decide you're going to do with Navi?
Let her stay on the boat and have her work in the help in the galley and become our page. At least that's what Thorn tasked her to do.
And what does the captain say? The captain is muted at the moment.
Earth to Bathos.
He keeps muting and unmuting himself, but nothing's coming through.
Well, he is on his phone, so.
Yeah, might be having some internet issues. So, as you guys continue on a little further, it's starting to get towards evening, and it seems the sea is beginning. Well, the weather is fine. There seems to be some strange currents going on. So go ahead and give me a survival check to try and read the currents and keep going where you want to go.
Would that be Bathos or?
Any of you guys can work together to make it.
Is it survival?
Yeah. At this point, you guys have
Night,
definitely
night.
you guys have passed for sure. You got 3 19s on the die.
So that one was almost a 1.
Yeah. So you guys are able to navigate through the current coming out from the large fjord that kind of cuts through to the inner continent. As you get to the other side, it is starting to get close to nightfall. So, did you guys want to sleep on the boat or find a place on shore? What do you want to look for? That kind of thing.
Not everyone else, but with the is it? Can you type in how to spell her name? Naddi. But we'll have her and I'll have her join with Navi. Okay, Navi join City and I when we eat our meals.
Yeah.
Sit down on the planks and eat our meals with her. Befriend the fey creature.
Oh yeah, always a good idea.
Besides, I have nothing to steal anyway. Of course, all my arrows might get turned upside down in the quiver, but
That could be problematic because you pull one out too quick, knock it back, and your bowstring's in two pieces now.
I was thinking more like you poke yourself in the finger as you try to get the arrow out.
That too.
We could. Depends on the sea currents, I guess, and how close we are to shore. So I guess we could look for a little.
You guys are
inland.
going through the little strait just north of the big fjord. So you're fairly close to shore either way. There's a few small islands, a couple larger ones, and the mountainous shore on the other side. You could probably find a small beach to park on for the night.
Yeah, we can do that and scout out ahead. And if we do that, I'll use my awareness feature to.
All right. So where are you camping at?
Any preferences, anybody?
I mean, the risk if you camp right along a little beach next to the water is if the sea level rises for tides or anything like that, you're going to end up possibly swamped. But you would also have protection from getting attacked easily from three sides. Or you can go over to the little island, go to one of the little islands where you can basically see everything that's coming. Or go to the big island where you could also go hunting.
What does everyone think?
Thistledown thinks I think an island's not such a bad idea. And if anybody does start to approach us, not for we can see.
Which islands I couldn't hear?
One of the smaller ones, maybe.
One of the small islands. Okay.
Unless our rations are getting low or something and we need to hunt, then we can do that. But
Well, you guys kind of restocked at White Rack, so it's not
that's what I was thinking.
like you desperately need to hunt, but there's always the adage of don't use up the supplies you've got if you can replace them before you use the fresh stuff before you use the long-term storage stuff. So you guys find one of the little islands. You're able to pull up on shore for the night.
And of course, checking for the tide to make sure that we're not either beached or our ship float off.
Yeah, you're able to easily get the ship anchored or pulled far enough in and tied off so that it's not going anywhere. As you guys settle in for the night, you can hear Navi over there like cleaning up from dinner. City is begging for a shooting lesson.
Yep, we'll get we'll get Navi's old home, that big old sack. We'll fill it full of leaves and stuff. We'll set it out there. We'll do some target practice.
Okay.
That's about the size of, make it like a size of a person.
Yeah. Torso sized. Alright. So you kind of...
So we'll start working on pulling and breathing, sight
Right.
picture, sight alignment, all the stuff you do with a bow, just like you do for a gun.
All right. So, she kind of comes skipping over there and grabs the arrow. First thing she does is tries to knock it, and she can pull the bow back just like a couple of inches, but she's not really strong enough to get a solid draw on the bow at this point either. But she'll go through the
get her work with
exercises.
that. Yeah, and
with you
then
to-
also get her a piece of leather to put on her forearm, because a novice that's shooting an arrow, she might give up. All of a sudden, she loses all that flesh on her arm when that bowstring hits it the first time.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yep. So she starts practicing. It seems like she's doing a pretty decent job of footwork, but the rest of it is struggling.
I'll think back to my childhood. Of course, you got to remember, I'm able to pull back that bow with a strength of 8.
Yeah. Well, right
so
now,
I'm working on that strength of technique.
right now her strength is a 6. So she's struggling a little bit. As you show her how to hold the bow, it does get better, but she doesn't have a lot of the stamina to hold that draw either. So, but she's learning. She's getting a little bit of practice in, learning how to stand properly. So after you guys kind of settle in for the night, you guys go to sleep. And what's your watch order going to be?
So Thistledown, I believe, will just vote to keep watch. I remember. I don't.
Does Thistledown not sleep?
I don't remember if I do or not. No. But I don't want to voice that out loud, so he's just gonna. Oh, I'll keep watch. It's fine. I'm not really that tired.
Rolf will come over and kind of clap you on the shoulder and say, "It's good of you to offer, but I want to pull my weight as well. Oh, should at least take a few turns."
You can always come and sit with me.
Is that Rolf or Gurley?
That's Rolf.
Yeah, well, Rolf and Gully are.
Rolf doesn't want anything to do with Gully. He just sits there and glares at him.
Yeah, but I don't necessarily want him to cut Gully's throat or vice versa in the middle of the night. So we'll make sure somebody else is on watch with the two of them.
Yeah.
Thistledown will start, and then when Rolf or whoever just comes to trade, he'll hang out a while, and then just kind of wander a little bit, and then just come back when the next person's on watch, and then relieve that person.
Yeah, I'll do my 4 hours of trance that I got to do, and then I'll sit up and do.
Okay, so with a little while after you get relieved, Thistledown, you're sitting there, and your eyes do feel kind of heavy. It's a look you start noticing another image laid over the rest of the camp. The rest of you see this in a dream, but one person doesn't want to go to sleep.
I can.
No, it just says you don't you're not required to. It doesn't say you can't.
Oh, okay. Well, even then, he was just keeping an eye out.
It's
doing
you
his
do
thing.
not need to
Nope.
eat, drink, sleep, or breathe.
Okay, so okay.
But you can do that if you want to. All right. So as you guys fall into this dream, you see around you a dense fog, and as it slowly begins to part, you see a swollen yellow moon illuminating a crag in the rocks high in the mountains. Atop the upthrust stands a shaggy beast, neck craned back, jaws open, seeking to consume the moon, with a woman standing near it. Both are heavy in shadow, and features are hidden from you guys, but it's as if they sense you watching them. As they begin to turn, the woman's piercing eyes fall upon you, then those of the beast. You hear the creature howl as you jump to a start, hearing more howling coming from nearby. Meanwhile, Navi's sitting over there, like, tugging on Bathos's, like, shirt or whatever. Hey, 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 hey! Trying to wake Bathos up. So you guys wake up, finding yourselves under attack by a group of wolves and raiders.
That was my my roll for my long sleep.
What was that?
Anytime I take a long rest, I have to roll a d20 on 1 or 2. That's when I have my detrimental effect.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, this did not complete a long rest. You haven't. This is the middle of the night, so
I guess I had different dreams.
yes. As you look around, you see your crew fighting other raiders. So it's up to you guys to deal with this group while the crew fights off others. So give me initiative, please. And if you want to reposition yourselves around the sleeping bags, feel free to. There you go. Now you guys should be able to move.
I would have been underneath the tree with Ghost and City like we usually would. Unless I was on watch.
No, Rolf was technically the guy on watch at the moment. Alright, so that's where everybody's at. So, Thorn, you are up first.
Alright, we got people attacking us.
People and wolves.
Alright, well, then let me see. First round's always. I guess I'll use Hunter's Mark on Raider 5.
Okay.
Let's see how to apply that. One's to me.
Yep. On to him.
That Raider
There you
5.
go.
All right. Well, and since they're attacking, I'm going to defend myself. And then I will shout also.
All right. Lost your target.
Oh, I dropped it on it. I didn't select it. So 17.
Yep, that'll hit. All right. See the arrow just like slam into him, and he kind of does a half spin.
Yeah, and then I'll say, basically, stand down. And then I will end my turn.
Okay.
Actually, I'm going to stay there because Sydney's with me, so I wouldn't leave Sydney behind.
Yeah, she will run back over towards where Rolf is in the campfire to get away from them a little bit.
All right, then I will move. To there. And in my turn, since I get on the combat tracker, I got to pull it up.
Looks like we lost Nicholas. Bring it back.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Hey,
Yeah,
there
we
you
hear
are.
you now.
Okay. Discord's just being weird.
Of course it is.
Did you hear what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, between my packing and doing other stuff, yeah. I heard. Is it my turn or something?
No.
Not yet. Navi is going to go invisible. Tora.
Okay. Oops, I just lost the map.
I don't know what to do now.
There we go. I would like to do fairy fire.
Okay.
Like centered on Raider 6.
Okay. So that is...
If you would get 5 feet to the left, you could get one more.
Okay.
Was it a cube?
Yeah, it's a cube.
Okay. Not letting me select them.
Good.
All right. Good mix. Oh. 2 fails.
That was my turn?
Not just yet.
Yeah, by the way, Raider 5 is slowed by 10 feet, I believe.
Okay.
Okay. And as a spell, so I can do a attack. There we go. Okay.
What gives you the...
Dispels an action.
Yeah.
So you can't.
You can't attack and cast a spell at the same time unless it's a bonus action spell.
Oh, okay. Then never mind.
All right. So he's throwing a spear at you.
At
Thistledown.
Thistledown. Okay.
It says Spegox, but it's because they didn't actually update the sheet to include the spear that he's supposed to have now. All right, Asker, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna go raging and then move attack him. Where is the action?
All right, that hits. Yeah, he goes down.
Haha.
Thistledown.
Okay. We'll start off by I'm like, yeah, to ask her, and then giving bardic inspiration.
All right.
And I'll drop that down. And then he's going to turn and look at Raider 6 and cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. He failed.
And then he takes damage. And then must use his reaction to run as far away from me as possible. As he hears whispers of unknown terrors he's never even imagined.
Yep.
And I'm going to... Can I use the tree as, like, cover? Like, kind of like on one side type thing to where it's like, or up or like half cover or something like that?
Yeah, you could get some cover off of it from
Okay.
stuff that's not on your side of the tree.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I'm gonna do, just so they'll stop throwing things at me.
All right, Bathos.
We lose you again, Nick?
Well, I can't see the map, so let me see.
Basically, we have. So you can imagine we got two guys coming around some trees. Our camp is in the south. We got two guys coming around the trees. One I just shot with an arrow. On the other side of a big tree, where Thistledown is, we got looks like 4 wolves or 5 and 3 people with a boss-looking person on a wolf, an adult wolf, big wolf, coming down.
Okay.
No one's in melee combat. However, I think Asker, I'm not sure. Does she threaten the wolf?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. Then I'll
If you
get
wanted,
in range to use my hand crossbow and shoot the wolf.
okay.
If
Did
it's-
you want to move over towards her?
Whatever's because he likes to move around a lot, so whatever's more feasible.
I'll move you to there, and then do sneak attack.
Hey Bathos, I just sent you a link for the live stream on YouTube, so if you wanted to watch on there, give you some idea of what the map looks like. Hopefully it's not too small. Let me know if it is.
Maybe rotate my screen. That's still kind of something. Yeah, I see myself now. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Right there's good.
Yeah, I'm just having some issues with selecting the target with Bathos.
Is he selecting the wolf, number 2?
But yes, that's what I'm trying to do. But for whatever reason,
Yep.
it's not letting me
Got
on
it.
my end.
I got it.
Pepperoni.
And it's a miss.
Weep, whoop.
Do you want to do anything else? Bonus action or anything?
Good, Bathos? Alright. The next raider is going to step up there. Try and attack Asker. That's going to miss. The large wolf will come charging at Asker. That will hit. 12 points of piercing damage. Yes, it did.
Is that after the resistance?
No, that's before.
Yep.
And made the save, so not knocked prone. This one will run up here and try to attack Thistledown. And miss. This one will run up to Asker and attack. And miss. This one will go after Thistledown as well for pack tactics.
I love dogs and everything. But no.
You do love dogs, and they love you, chewing on you. I mean, haven't you seen dogs with sticks? You did succeed on the save, so you don't end up getting knocked prone. All right, and the raid leader is going to call out, "Take that one down!" pointing at Asker.
Your mic comes up broken. So we
Oh,
didn't hear
sorry. The raid leader points out Asker and says, "Take that one down!" And takes 2 swings. That will hit. Garbage damage. And another hit.
They're rolling high.
What was that?
I said they're rolling high today.
Yep. This one will take a swing. Miss. That will hit. Oh, you lose your concentration.
It's a worthless spell anymore.
Yeah, it used to be a lot better. All right, Thorn, you're back up.
All right, well, I might as well finish that one off.
That'll hit. Nice.
And I will shout, I'll move my hunter's mark to the raid leader.
Okay.
That's my bonus action, and I'm going to shout, Whar Clan, stand down! And then that'll end my turn. As soon as I'm just looking for the thing to drop on it.
Okay. All right. You see the guy right in front of Cora kind of flinch, and suddenly Navi appears, like biting him in the ears and stuff. And he's looking a little green around the gills. And then she disappears again. Cora.
Okay. Now, what was the deal with Shillelagh?
It's a bonus action to activate it.
So I can activate it and then attack.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
That's how it actually works. You have to roll to hit, though.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hold on. It looks like it. Add. Real quick.
Yeah, it was missing that. Okay.
There you go. All right, now you can roll to hit. That misses.
Oh,
Okay, but that's not the attack, or is that the attack?
That was the attack.
That's your attack.
Okay.
Basically, Shillelagh makes it so it does extra damage, basically.
Ah, okay. So it's attack and bonus in the same thing.
So when you use your bonus action to activate it, then you can still take your attack action like normal. That's why you were confused with the Fairy Fire. Fairy Fire is different than Shillelagh when it comes to activation and stuff. It's not the same action to activate Shillelagh and then attack with it, but it is. You can activate it then attack.
There's a standard action and a bonus action, basically.
Yep.
In the same thing. Okay.
In the same round, yes. All right. We got a wolf. Woof. 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 Woof will come over. Try and bite.
Oof.
All right. So, Asker, you're using your shield arm right now, right?
Yeah.
Roll me a d6. All right. So, as the wolf tears into you, it rips your shield arm off temporarily. So you'll get that bonus back after a rest, but for right now, your AC drops by 1.
Okay.
And now damage.
You're gonna die next round.
No, this round.
And you are not knocked prone.
Yep.
Because you can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, more 7, 8 more hits.
Yeah.
This wolf will come attack Rolf. Hit. Asker, it is your turn.
I'm clicking the wrong button, that's why.
And you do have inspiration also if you need it.
Yep.
You were.
That'll hit. All right, Thistledown.
So I will. Thistledown's gonna try to cast Earth Tremor.
Okay. One success, one fail.
Okay, that's something. Trying to see which one failed. So the top one failed.
Number 4 failed. Yes.
Okay. Does it do the like the damage automatically?
No, you'll need to click the damage button for it.
Okay, and it's only for the top one.
All right.
And I think he's prone.
Okay.
Yes, knocked prone. And the
Ah!
area in a 10-foot, I guess 10 feet from me diameter is difficult terrain now. So around this tree.
Okay.
And then with that, Thistledown is going to probably 35. He's going to cast Healing Word on Asker.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no. Can I can't, even if it's a bonus action, though, that's still a spell, so I can't do that, can I?
Earth Tremor, is it a cantrip?
No, Healing Word is not a cantrip. It just says bonus, but that's why I was like, wait,
Yeah,
I feel like that's
but
wrong.
Earth Tremor.
Earth Tremor is not a cantrip, it is a spell.
Okay, so no, you can't do both of them in one round.
Okay, so in that case, what I will do instead is give Bardic Inspiration to Torah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try to run away from these things. So I know that the bottom one will get a chance to attack me, right?
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to try to get away. Oh, I didn't mean to add that to the wolf. I thought I disconnected it. Cool.
That'll hit.
Damn. Is the pack tactics just in like proximity? It's not like it didn't help that he was down or anything.
It's as long as there's as long as they have an ally adjacent to their target.
Fair. All right.
And I forgot to do this a moment ago. Thorn, give me a persuasion check at disadvantage. No, make it a straight roll.
I might as well not even roll that.
Not great.
Nope.
Alrighty. Bathos, do you want to try talking to him?
It's an action for persuasion.
I'll let you make a free persuasion check to try and get their attention.
Okay, I'll try. I'll try to get their persuade them to stand down.
Okay, what are you saying?
We are with. Some of us are with the Whar clan. Why are you attacking us? Stand down.
All right, roll persuasion. Not bad. The raider will look at you and go, "You're not prisoners?"
So still hostile?
You kind of think that they might be at least leaning towards, wait a second, we thought you guys were prisoners. Maybe we need to rethink this.
I'm gonna move next to Asker, and I'll hold an action to attack them if they get aggressive.
Okay.
So just south of Asker.
South of Asker. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that everything?
To attack them. One. So I don't know. Yeah, right there.
Okay.
Basically attacking the one to Asker's left.
Yeah, rid of one if something happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
The raid leader will... Who's your captain?
Can I respond to that?
Yeah.
Fine.
These men fight for the Whar clan?
Well, some of us do. Right now we're getting the Volve at the moment for some specific reasons.
Boy, speak up.
What purpose did the Whar have with the Volve? I see you've captured our Jarl's brother. Or does he fight for you now? So we're basically dropping initiative at the moment. They're all going to just hold their actions ready if you guys attack. You're holding your actions ready if they attack.
Who's Jarl's brother? I don't think I was ever.
Gully. She's referencing Gully.
Oh,
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, he
Okay.
specifically tried not to tell you guys about that connection.
That he's the Jarl's brother.
Yes. So you can tell by the look on his face, he's just like, thanks, go and tell them. Why don't you?
I whistle for Ghost to come over by me and City to come behind me.
I'm just confused. He didn't say anything about. I didn't even know.
But we
What?
do have a couple of their guys on our ship now, also as
Yeah,
part of our crew. So
yeah. What are you guys doing out here then?
We were going to the War Clan. We were heading north.
You head north to join your brothers. What about him? She kind of points her head over towards Rolf. He doesn't seem like War Clan and doesn't seem to like us too much. You might want to get rid of him before you head to Rockpike.
Who's he pointing to?
Rolf.
Oh, Rolf. Oh, I guess it'll depend. But at the moment, he's been helpful with our mission.
I skirt around and tend to thistle down.
Yeah, you can stabilize Thistle down. City seems to be remarkably good at helping you with that too. You get the feeling that you could probably ask her to auto-stabilize folks in combat going forward.
I compliment her on wound tending skill, like a true wolf rider.
Oh, thank you. Don't remember where I learned it though.
Probably from your mother.
Maybe. So, what brings all of you here? Or while you head north, we were told that enemies were coming this way. Have you seen anyone else on the seas?
Some zombies.
We go moot.
Moot.
Meeting. Moot.
Oh.
Talk to Jarl.
You want to speak with the Jarl, eh? Well, I'm sure if you could get her attention, she would be happy to speak with such fine warriors.
I'll start tending if there's any of the guys that I'll start tending her warriors too.
Yeah.
If there's any of them that aren't dead.
You can probably help stabilize a couple of them. Said he looks at you a little confused.
I say, battle over. We help.
Even though they were trying to kill you, you're gonna help them?
Today, enemy. Tomorrow, friend. Next day, maybe enemy.
Sounds like it'd be
But
smarter to just
maybe friend.
stab him and be done with it. Then you don't have to worry about him coming back and trying to kill you.
Thistledown sits up and says, "Some of my best friends have tried to kill me." And falls back down.
She just looks at Thistledown like, "You're strange."
Sometimes you need close. Keep enemy close because bigger enemy out there, befriend against them.
Okay. You say so.
Maybe thee have daughter home.
That seems to kind of get her idea of like, oh, that okay, I can get behind helping people so that, their kids don't have to wonder what happened to them. The raid leader will tell you that you're probably going to want to keep an eye out. Most of the clan relocated not long ago via Helma to make it to the gathering place. But she doesn't know of any that are nearby, so you guys will have to probably take a long way around. And with that, she will tell her warriors to gather up and head out.
I will cast Goodberry and distribute them to
Okay.
whoever needs them. 10 points of healing them max.
Well, now you guys can now finish your complete a long rest, so you'll get healed back up.
So we can keep us good.
Yes.
I would still cast Goodberries before I take a rest.
Yeah.
Oh.
So a little later than usual, the next morning, you guys get yourselves cleaned up, ready to break camp.
What's hot, Nick?
My towels.
Oh, you're doing laundry while you're playing?
Well, I can't do anything else. And I actually tried to put the laundry on earlier. So I just, but because I wasn't expecting my coworker to come so early. He came like I got here about the same time he did.
As you guys are prepping to leave, you suddenly can hear singing through the woods.
Fairies.
This does not sound like fairies. This sounds like men.
Like men?
Like men.
Yeah. Good connection to me.
Well, then it's a good time to sneak into the bushes and hide.
All
right. So you kind of sneak into the bushes. As you're looking, it looks like a group of 12 men. 4 of them are heavily armed and armored. but the other 8 seem to be pretty relaxed, and that's who is singing.
All right. Well, I'm gonna. Now I gotta go back.
Seems like it's probably a group of Bader fur traders, which is kind of the wealthy kingdoms that you guys like to raid.
Yeah. I personally think we should probably leave them alone. Because they might think that we're there to raid them.
All right.
That's my opinion. I'll be right back. Quick
Okay.
wrap.
That's fine. Well, I'm about to get really different connections because now I gotta go where all my furniture and stuff is. Otherwise, I would have already been done.
So you guys let them be as you load your boat up, push off, and continue heading north.
Yep.
Okay. As you head along, I need Bathos to give me a perception or I guess survival check.
Perception.
Perception? Okay.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, that.
All right. Anybody else wants to try and make a perception or survival check?
Let's see.
Oh, man.
Alrighty. Is that everybody? Oof, even with the advantage. All right. So as you guys get out of sight of land, a bit of a wind kicks up, kind of spins the boat around a little bit. You guys try and get yourself reoriented, but with it being midday, it's a little bit tricky, and you find yourself actually as you come back in view of one of the islands, you've instead of gone north to the island Felger's on, you've skirted around the island that you guys were over nearby for the night. So you're out here at this end of the island now. Kind of lost about a half day's travel. But you're able to get back on course. As you get closer to the island of Felger, I need you guys to give me a survival or dexterity check, please. All right, so you guys are able to avoid one of the rogue icebergs that has split off from the icy highlands of the mainland, and as
That
it
would have
starts,
been bad.
what was that?
That would have been bad.
Yeah, it would have been. As it starts getting darker, you guys find yourself on the southern coast of the island that Fulgur rests upon.
Okay.
I don't think you renamed the boat Titanic, but
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Titanic
We already said it.
in icebergs.
You
Well,
said
if
it.
you
We
typed
didn't.
it, I can't see it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I typed it.
Well, I can't even see any messages. So I'm driving.
so
Run a song for me.
if you wanted to, you can spend the night somewhere there and then head around if you wanted to head inland a little bit to visit the town or continue on past. That is up to you guys.
Do we have any business in the town?
Not anything important at the moment, no.
I'll leave that to you guys because Thorn's not going to want to go to town.
Well, would anybody get anything out of getting any better armor? I don't know how much gold or what we have for stuff.
Currently on the party sheet, you have about 200 gold, but you've got a lot of treasure. You got a lot of treasure that you picked up from the last little bit that you could potentially go sell.
Well, between that and picking up some food and meat or ale or whatever we end up drinking on the boat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Basically, stock our ship up just in case.
So it sounds like you guys want to head into town.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope someone's open.
Thorn just shrugs.
As you guys,
Thorn, you can stay with the boat.
you guys sail up a small inlet to get closer, and as you see along the shore, you see 3 people huddling near the shoreline, looking out over the river like they're trying to figure out what to do next.
Staring at the river?
Yeah.
Like looking like there's something in the water, or
No, like they're trying to figure out where to go and what to do.
Maybe they lost a boat or something.
all right. Well,
Or they could just be setting up an ambush for good do-gooders.
well, I'm not a do-gooder. I'm not evil either.
Yep. You can give me a perception check. All right. Thorn, you realize that the clothing that these guys wear is typical of thralls, and they do look like but Bader people, but they are wearing outfits that look like were probably taken in a raid as a thrall.
Yeah, so escape thralls.
Yep.
I'll point it out to Bathos. Does he speak Elvish?
Nope.
Okay, I thought you did.
But
I speak Undercommon.
I have Thistledown could understand you. I can ritual cast comprehend languages.
No, I was just curious because the way I'm playing the character is that my common is all the broken, but I speak fluently my Elven.
Yeah, I just throw in that like I can, like Thistledown can understand you.
Well,
He'll
I'll
just
point out to him
automatic-
that basically I'll say, escape thralls, capture, return, ignore.
Well, let's
Have
find
you
out whose
blamed-
thralls they are first before we go and either ignore them or try to capture them.
We can't blame people for wanting their freedom.
Well, if we return them, we could get paid heftily. Or if it's just some nobody, then we'll just ignore them.
I don't think they're getting off the saddling on their own anyways.
The way I look at it is they were weak warriors, they got captured. They need to serve their servitude, and then they earn their freedom. But I could care less one way or another.
How many
Besides,
of
they're
them
not
are
even.
there? Do we know?
You can see
Like a
two.
rough number. Okay.
Okay, I thought you said we could see 3, but okay.
Well, let us first find out where they ran from or who they came from.
Because you said they're the basically the way I look at it, they're not like the Vikings tribes, the raiders. They're more from the kingdoms.
Correct.
Of, like,
They're not.
England.
Yeah, they're Englishmen. They're soft, rich people who have been taken as slaves.
Ah, well, they can serve.
We, depending on where they're from, we might be able to gain information from them too. I mean, I can't imagine they wouldn't share information at least about those who captured them.
Especially for a biscuit.
This is, and again, I'm sorry, I was cutting it. Now my dog was running in. Are this we see them from the ship?
Yes, they're over on the shore.
And have they, to our knowledge, do they see us? Are they reacting to our ship or anything?
You're pretty sure they're gonna notice you, but you're not sure how they're going to react. You just saw them way in advance of everything else. I mean, it's not like there's any way you can hide on the river.
So what's the protocol for that we're aware of thralls? For instance, if we rescued these thralls, would we be considered thieves to whoever had captured these before?
In most cases, it would be like if you guys were under a clan flag rating and you captured them, you could just claim them as your own because you either took them in battle or somebody wasn't capable of holding on to them. Or you could return them and see if you could get a reward for doing so. Being under the flag of the Volve, yeah, it's a little bit grayer as far as how that would be seen. You wouldn't be seen necessarily as stealing them, but, people would forgive you if you didn't turn them back in as well, since, you've got bigger things to deal with.
Thorn says, give him a biscuit. Find out what no. Send packing.
Yes. Thistledown can agree with that.
Okay.
Captain?
Captain might be gone. First mate's in charge.
Then that shall be what happens.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be hitting a lot of dead zones.
Yeah, that's fine. So,
Right.
you guys are going to go talk to him. As you approach, you see the two of them, as they notice you, they kind of like try and rush into the woods. It's not hard to track them. They have no woodcraft.
Semi creepy. I want to. Thistledown's gonna try to play a lighter tone of music to try to get them to not be like as like the opposite of war drums is what I'm thinking.
Okay.
A little less threatening.
So they still are not thrilled with seeing you. I mean, you guys look like raiders. You're dressed like raiders.
We are raiders.
But not after you. You can relax a little bit. You are not at the top of our list at the moment. As a matter of fact, you might be able to help us, and we might be able to help you.
What do you want?
Thistledown will reach in her back and hand him a biscuit. Or tack biscuit.
There you go.
Nobody emerges to take it at the moment.
Just information.
Information. What kind of information do you want?
Well, we saw from our ship that you were not dressed as raiders yourselves. It would appear as though maybe some other raiders in your reaction took you. Do you know what clan attacked and took you?
What clan? I don't know what.
Just
clan.
a
What
simple
flag or anything of? Did you see anything from the people who took you?
Um,
Odd that they didn't claim glory in the name of anyone or thing.
Oh, they probably he did, but you all look the same to us.
You're dressed in their clothes. Did you hear any names or anything? Again, this is supposed to be a two-way street.
They said they were taking us to Tun Arg.
An ARG.
history check.
Yeah.
No. Oh.
It's
I can't say that I'm familiar with that.
Bathos will lean over and whisper to you that is probably one of the primary nomadic villages of the Luton.
He's gonna whisper back to me, do we like the Luton?
I don't really care for them.
Okay. And then he'll tell the captors, well, it appears your lucky day is the people who seem to have captured you we're not fans of, and therefore I see no reason to return you to them.
Are you going to keep us for yourselves?
And look around and be like,
You
More
saw
mouths to
too much
feed.
trouble.
I
Are
chuckle at
you
that.
where were you? Where did they take you from? Then maybe we can figure out, how they were traveling.
We were
Get
on a
some revenge.
ship. Several of your longboats attacked and took down our ship, and we were forced to go along or drown.
How did you get here by yourselves?
Well, some of them were in town, and we managed to sneak away from the boat while they weren't watching. But, well, Nelda's taken and been injured, and we're not sure what to do next. We can't build a boat to get out of here. We heard this is nothing more than a large island, and, well, we don't know how to sail ourselves. We were just passengers.
What?
Well, what's your freedom worth to you?
I mean,
What can do besides eat rations?
well, I handle the bookkeeping for my family's shipping business. We were supposed to be checking out a new location for a trade port.
Where's your family's shipping business based out of?
The shipping business? Oh, we're based out of well,
Just more looking like north if they're from the way we're headed.
so he tells you that that he's from the area known as the Western Shores. Which is near Oakton and the far side of, basically the opposite side of the Serpent Sea from you guys.
Far.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, do you know where you were originally headed to set up this trade port? If you're this far, it must be somewhere close by, surely.
He'll give you a area off into the eastern stretch somewhere.
Thistledown's gonna turn to like Pathos and Thorn just to ask them where the how many days would it be to the closest like inhabited island or village or something if we were to take them on before we could shove them off?
To the north.
Take
while.
two rock pipe.
Well, Fallinger's less than a day away. But you're pretty basically anywhere in the that's not a Badwer stronghold, they're going to basically just end up getting taken back in as thralls.
How many of you are there?
There's the three of us. Nadia's back sick. Or Nelda is back in the woods a bit sick, trying to.
Does Nelda know how to pilot a ship?
No, none of us know how to.
Ah, useless.
You have to learn something. You can't pilot a ship. You can't fight. You have to be able to do something.
I do something. I keep track of the numbers and the money that comes in and goes out.
No, I
They're
just meant something useful.
bookkeepers.
Well, I'm so sorry.
Well,
Captain, I'm quite
I
flummoxed.
guess
I'm not sure what to do.
I guess the information was useful. We'll give you some rations and let you be on your way.
Much appreciated.
Thistledown's going to. He wants to see the sick person.
Okay.
So you want to take care of the sick person?
Not necessarily like take care, but he's gonna see if there's anything that he can do before we leave. Just to
treat the
give him a
wounds.
chance. Yeah.
Give him a fighting chance.
Is she hurt like something to where like a healing word is going to make the difference?
Well, what it looks like when you get over there and you look in the tent, it looks like she was running and kind of tripped and fell, and a stick pierced her leg. So she's, not able to walk easily, and it's looking like a bit of infection is setting in. But yes, you could probably give her a word of healing, and that would clear most of that up.
Oh, and do be careful. And try not to die in the water.
I'll give them each one good berry. Or
Okay.
offer the good berry. If they don't take it, I'll shrug my shoulders again.
They'll take it. They've seen this kind of stuff before.
And then he'll basically just go, if you die in the water, you may come back.
What?
Sea zombie.
Yes, sea zombie.
That sounds rather terrifying. Thank you. We'll try our best not to die in the water. Thank you.
Yeah.
So you guys continue up the river.
Yep.
Get to Felger. Seems to be a few other raider ships here, but nothing too
Do we have
crazy.
any apparent like enemy? Are any of them like apparent like we're gonna have a problem? Like who is it?
Not necessarily. I mean, for the most part, people understand that, tearing towns up means we don't have access to these towns anymore. So let's not start stuff in town. Now, whether one of them decides to follow you and ambush you on the seas is a completely different story.
Yeah.
That's mostly going to depend on how much wealth you start flashing around.
Not like we have a lot.
Well, you've got a decent amount of like goods that you've captured that you could potentially sell.
Does Asker need any armor or no?
No.
Asker needs a new arm.
Well, it's
Yeah,
been
But that she does
Right now.
need.
yeah.
It's been
But I think she
reattached by
threw
now.
that one back.
Oh, she reattached.
No, I was talking about armor, as in like wearing armor.
Oh,
Does she need to?
barbarian.
She's a barbarian.
So for right now, probably not.
Probably
that's
never.
true.
Right now, AC is like 18.
But so not really.
No.
Indeed.
I mean, maybe at the point where you start getting magical armor, that'll be more useful.
Yeah. Well, I got what I need. Other than getting rations and ale, I don't think we need anything else from the town. Really.
Okay. Were you going to sell anything here in town?
Yeah, we'll sell like our useless stuff that we're never going to be able to use. Really.
Okay. So selling that off gets you around 150. No.
And grab some healing potions if we are running low. If they have it.
We've got 4 in our sheet.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
guys net a little over 400 gold.
Okay. Yeah. Other than we have 4 healing potions, but that's not really one apiece or one per person. So there's what, 5, 6 of us, I think, or 5.
5 of us.
5. Okay. So just buying like 1 healing potion.
Buy another healing potion. All right.
Yeah, just buy
one.
one.
So
So
everyone has
everyone.
1 healing potion on their
Yep.
sheet. I'm gonna drag it
Yes.
one over.
Okay.
Because it's been pretty dicey recently, especially
Put
with our
1
bad
healing
rolls.
potion on my sheet. So if everybody else wants to grab one, actually I'll put one on Betho's sheet since I have control of his character.
That's right. Well, I'm wearing leather armor. Studded leather would be an upgrade. I think for both me and
I'm wearing studded leather.
oh, are you? Okay, well, I think I'll just.
Studded leather.
Yeah, studded leather.
I mean,
I don't know if you actually need studded leather because of your tree.
I don't have the same. I'm a watcher, so mine's like on. I don't think I get a
I
thing.
think they don't they get natural armor?
Oh yeah, natural armor provides you with a +1. You still gain this armor you still gain this bonus while wearing armor. But I just have
Okay.
leather armor, so I'm sitting at a 14 AC
Well,
right now.
So 2 sets of studded leather probably be good.
2 sets of studded leather. All
Yeah,
right.
that'll be a good start.
Yeah. And sell 2 sets of leather and
Yep. So sell the 2 sets of leather and recruit. Not the whole. Obviously, it's worn, used leather armor, so it probably doesn't sell for much. But
well, we don't need to carry it around either.
yeah, we don't need to carry it around. So basically, selling the leather armor
Yep, I just added those to the party sheet so you guys can acquire those.
I think that's probably about all we need, really.
Okay.
I don't. Well, I can't use a shield, but
It will give City some pieces like the knee pads, good pair of boots, elbow pads. Not that it matters, just for role playing purposes.
Yeah. Like just enough. Get some reinforced clothes so she doesn't, end up scraping herself up too much.
that and she looks more like a warrior child versus a slave.
Okay.
We did say we were going to get her a short bow, right?
You found
we got
one
it.
back at the
Oh, we found one.
fort.
Okay.
Yep.
And we stop, we fill the bag, we practice shooting.
Yep. She's not very good at it, but she's still practicing.
That's fine. So yeah, I think that's about all we need in town is just rations for the ship, ale
Okay.
for like a barrel of ale for the rest of our raiders.
Okay.
Basically, well, when I'm considered pirates, I think ale and ration are just kind of like go hand in hand. So
Yeah.
I think that's about all. I think we'll grab in the town. Maybe get some. I don't know. What do you think? Some extra? Anything else that anybody
Nope.
can think of?
Nope.
All right. I think that's it. And then we'll. I guess we'll be on our way. And looking out for potential followers.
Okay. Sorry, trying to read ahead a little bit to figure out, make sure everything is supposed to be going on.
Yeah, because our party's going off track.
No, it's more of
Not really.
the game says do this in one place, but I'm trying to find the reference of what those are supposed to be. Just so that I can, make sure to give you guys the right information.
Okay. Yeah, I won't really be able to get internet set up at the house or the apartment until probably Monday. I think everything else is closed on the weekend.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go research that a bit more. While you're here, though, one of the raider crews, comes up and says, "So you captured that war leader there. What that makes you think you're so great that you can do what nobody else has been able to do for months?"
Because I am Whar.
Oh, so you didn't capture him. You're simply helping him.
Well, I've been hearing some things that he's not so on the good side. So capture is more of a interesting term.
So wait, you're war clan, but you've captured him? What? Has the war gone to battle with it themselves?
No, he's just.
Ah, a
Useful.
renegade then.
I guess that's what you can call him.
Well, I owe him a sword in the gut for slaying several of my men. Why don't you turn him over to me and let me handle him?
And what makes you think I'd turn the renegade over to you?
Because then he would you'd at least know that he was getting what he deserved.
Would we get what we deserve then, though?
What do you think you deserve?
Most things.
You deserve most things?
No, you just asked what I think I deserve. I thought out loud for a moment. I think I deserve most things most of the time, but don't we all? Isn't that the problem?
I don't know.
I deserve you move downwind.
What is this little dirty thing talking to me? Don't you know your
Well,
betters
I
are
just
speaking?
felt-
Oh,
You might want to watch out.
Yeah,
Like-
I can't advise that.
What? A captain who can't keep control of his own crew?
Mm,
No. That's not it. I just don't feel like giving you the time of day.
Well, I say that war renegade is leaving with me. If you don't like it, we can settle it the traditional way.
Thistledown will chime in and say that if you feel like making enemies of the groups that have already claimed him, feel free. I'm not sure if you would be willing to fight multiple clans at the same time, because if he's, as much as he's wronged you, he's wronged many others. We would be the least of your worries.
Last of his worries.
Maybe we should have a drinking contest to see who's right about this. Or are you all too scared to...
There's never been a drinking contest I haven't won. Are you sure that's the route you'd like to go?
Well, if that's the case, then let's see how you do. And he will gesture towards the tavern.
Two gets in return if we win.
If you win, you get to keep
Because
your.
we already have the renegade.
You get to. If you win, you get to claim the glory of the victory.
Yeah, that's not enough. I need something tangible to really relish my victory.
Then you're cowards.
Speaking of the man who himself wouldn't do this without some sort of reward.
I think this is a fair offer. How about we cut off your ear if we win? Trophies are always fun.
Not only are you cowards, your captain runs with insane men. Fine,
Sir,
keep your
yourself.
dang prisoner.
You keep ear. Win-win.
Bunch of cowards.
Again, Thistledown's like, man, he's like, I said yes, you're the one not willing to put up a wager. You're just a crappy gambler. I think an ear for a whole person was quite the bargain.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't ask for his arm. I thought about it.
He no need ear. He have too.
Exactly.
You guys are all nuts. I think the barbarian might be the sanest one of you all.
A true neutral character, okay? He doesn't care whether someone lives or dies.
I still say the barbarian might be the most sane of all of you.
Yes. I'm role-playing my character as he should be. Especially as someone who's died a few too many times.
They don't know that.
They don't. He's already a little insane.
I'm trying to die here. Somebody please attack me.
Oh, no.
All right, so you guys finish up your shopping. Get ready to leave the area.
Ugh. So much stuff to move. Yes. We finished our shopping. Though we'll probably have to keep an eye on those two. That captain.
As you guys are preparing to leave, you hear a rumbling run through the area. This is as you guys are on the water heading back out.
Like an earthquake?
Yep.
Something like that, yeah. And you see the dormant volcano at the center of the island that Fulgur is on begin to erupt.
All right, guys, time to leave.
Time to leave yesterday.
Yes. Before we become molten people.
So you guys begin sailing north once again.
Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yep.
I'll be right back. Also, take a quick bio break. Grab
Yep.
another drink.
That's fine.
Didn't miss anything, right? Haven't died again?
Not yet.
Oh, good.
There's always another chance tomorrow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said we're continuing north. It's probably reading up to see what's going on.
I was waiting for you to get back too.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I had to mute Pathos real quick. My brain was starting to have a moment with
I
the
gotta mute myself. I'm gonna mute myself.
sound coming through there. But all right, so you guys get there, and you're heading north again, and you can see a pod of river whales. It looks like they are out hunting. If you give me a nature check, you can probably figure out how to get around them without any problems.
The druid have better luck. Or not. I'm not even gonna make an attempt.
Well, I'm the scout. I'm giving directions and pointing.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So Thorn, you kind of have an idea of how to convince them there's better prey out there, and they eventually stop following your guys' ship. As you continue further north, you eventually... sorry, guys. Long day today. Reach the northernmost portion of the area and find yourself at the landing that Gully gives you. As you get there, evening is beginning to fall, and you are able to make camp. The forest nearby is rather thick, and snow and ice still hold sway here in the far north. The crunch of snow beneath your boots seems louder than it should, and in the distance you can hear tumbling waterfalls, likely further upstream from the river's mouth. All right. So you get your traps set, everything like that.
Is there like a ping or location on the map that you can give us?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you guys are right up here, basically.
Okay. Thought so.
And actually, I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, this one's fine. Okay. So you set up camp. Most of the crew is going to stay with the ship. Hrolf will ask if you want him to come along or stay with the ship and guard it.
Yes. I think he should stay with the ship and guard it, but would be what I indicate to Bathos.
From what you guys can tell, while he is a competent and solid fighter, he definitely has some issues with the Whar clan, so having him along may not help you if you're trying to talk to them.
Also, how's he think about Bathos and I?
You guys
I don't know,
didn't attack. You guys didn't attack somebody again under the Volv's flag and try and cause problems. So he knows you guys personally are not problematic, but the clan as a whole, he seems to have formed the opinion that they're all gone rogue and won't follow the rules and customs of everything.
Yeah, and we're communicating that we're trying to find out what's going on, because that's not what should be happening.
Yeah. So he is willing to stay and guard the ship to make sure that you guys aren't at a disadvantage or anything due to his presence. Also, are you bringing Gully along, or are you going to leave him at the ship too?
Nope, we're going to bring Gully. Well, I suggest we could bring Gully. Especially now that we know that it's the Jarl's, unless we want to keep of it as a hostage. However, we come back, he might not be there if we leave him with Rolf.
Yeah, that statement alone. Yeah.
It's the goat, cabbage, and wolf problem.
Yep.
Yeah, besides, it's the Jarl's brother, so maybe we can use it as introducing and stuff, because we didn't kill him or his men.
Yep.
And then a couple of us are from the clan. We're trying to figure out what's going on.
Okay.
Is this the Jarl, the whole wolf clan?
Yes, this is the Jarl of the Whar clan.
So technically it's our Jarl. So
yes.
We're trying to find out what's going on. So yeah, I think we should take Gully. If it's brother's, Jarl's brother. That'd be like having the king's brother.
Yeah.
Or the queen's brother and not bringing it with you if you're a subject.
Yeah. So, go ahead and what's your watch order going to be for the night? Thistledown primarily watching.
Now Thistledown fell asleep last time, so I don't know if I trust this.
Due to magic, that was cheating.
Yeah, he wasn't actually asleep. He was just sharing the vision you guys had.
Yeah. I think we do watches of 2s.
Okay.
Especially since I think now that we're getting close to the thing,
yep.
It might be a higher risk to do that. So let's see, who doesn't have dark vision?
All right. Well, about midnight, whoever's on watch, you notice a thick fog is rolling down from the upper mountain areas.
All right. I'll use real quick Druidcraft cantrip to determine if that's what I should be expecting right now, fog.
Seems pretty normal. It is a natural fog, yes. It's just the cool air from the mountainside rolling down, hitting the moister air from the ocean, and just turning into a thick fog. But in the morning, it kind of lingers around for a bit. So, yep. You guys will need to make a perception check at disadvantage to try and find the trail that you had planned to follow out of the area.
All right, well, I will use my skill since it seems like it's a little difficult to...
Okay, so you activate your awareness.
Yeah, I think I actually have it turned on.
Okay. Yeah, both of those are good.
We're doing perception.
Yep. All right. You guys are able to find the trail and begin working your way further inland towards Rockpile.
My awareness lasts an hour.
Yeah, as you guys climb just a little, about an hour out of the campsite, the fog is starting to dissipate. It's just right there around the camp with the temperature differential. It's a little foggy.
Yeah, so basically a white raven appeared, landed on the trail.
Yep.
Allowed me to find it.
So as you
Question is,
guys,
does everybody else see that white raven, or is that only something that I'm the only one that sees?
I'm going to say that's up to you whether you want to have everybody else see it or if you want it to be just something you see.
I'll get that thought for a moment.
All right. So as you're continuing up, you find that you've reached kind of a high plateau prairie type situation, a little bit out of the coastal area. And as you're traveling along, I need everyone to give me a perception check.
Been more than an hour.
Yes, it has been more than an hour.
How do I turn that off?
It should be on the combat tracker. Let's see. There you go. Gotcha. All right. So you guys are headed along as you're heading through this grassland. Suddenly, Tora hollers for you all to stop and ask her. You turn to look as you feel the ground beneath you kind of shift a little. You back up a step and you realize you're standing right on the edge of a small rift that looks like it possibly came from when that earthquake came through as you were leaving Felger. But now that you realize it's there, it's fairly easy to jump across it. It's just more of a fall and twist your ankle type situation if you weren't paying attention. As you continue up into the foothills, about midday, you see the plateaus continuing northwest from you, and to the east, the rocks and trees fall away, revealing a waterfall crashing into the valley below. Form several smaller streams that meander off in various directions, and the mist from the water hitting the ground completely obscures what is below, but you do get a glimpse of what appears to be fire and a clear cut where trees have been removed to make snow-covered fields.
Under the waterfall?
Near the bottom of the waterfall. Not like directly under it, but kind of down below it. So if you wanted to, you could make a detour towards that, or you could continue towards Rock Pike.
Is it still on fire, or is this like it was burned to clear space and the fire's out now?
Well, the buildings of the village are still smoldering.
Thistledown doesn't like it. I don't want to go over there.
You don't want to go over there, or you don't like fire?
Is there a difference? You don't want to go over there.
I was just trying to figure out why. And then I remember, you don't like fire. I don't like cities. Crowded areas.
You don't like me?
Not cities. Town, big towns.
Oh, city, not city.
Yes.
Okay.
Cities, yes. Big town. Well, even small towns at that.
But that looks
unless we're drinking mead.
That doesn't look like a town. That looks like some farms.
Well, Thistledown can stay here. We could just go check it out, see what's going on, why they're burning.
I mean, all the company. I'm just gonna stay at the back. I'll go with you guys. I mean, stay away from the.
We'll stay away from the fire. So I'll start heading down towards it.
All right.
Does anybody else follow me down?
So to get there, you've kind of got to follow the path to the east that kind of winds around down to past the waterfalls. As you look around, you see that there are several blocks that have been pounded into the hillside to form a staircase, allowing you to get down without falling due to the icy conditions. At the base of the waterfall, the noise makes it very difficult to hear anybody talking. But as you continue further out, it is mostly dulled into the background by the time you reach the farmstead. And the buildings have been gutted and leaving only the smoldering foundations. There was probably at one point about a dozen or so farming families here.
All right. Well, keeping my eyes open, I want to scout out and investigate what I think may have caused that. Using my tracking skills to figure out.
Okay. As you look around, you're able to tell that it appears that the fields were only partially harvested, and the granary is still burning slightly.
All right. Well, I will use start as I'm looking around. I'll start putting out small fires using Druidcraft to put out little fires.
Okay. As you approach the granary, you see through the door some what looks like a hand, and as you approach closer, you see dismembered corpses of the town or the farmers stacked at the base of the granary. They have been sitting out here long enough that they appear to be frozen solid.
Okay, now is there any drag signs or anything? So, because like you said, they got piled up, like somebody gathered them up and put them there.
It does. You do see tracks and streaks in the snow. You can tell that this looks like a attack by the Whar clan on some Bador.
Anybody want to do anything else? Like,
Hmm?
do you want to check out? Got a bunch of bodies inside the grain house.
I don't know. Whatever you guys want
Thistledown's
to do.
going to play a like sad funeral song, like
Okay.
for them.
So instead of a light dirge, it's going to be a dark dirge.
Yes.
It is getting on towards evening, so just keep that in mind when it comes to time.
Okay, well, let's not be with everything rising from the dead. Let's not be in this place at when it gets dark. I don't think. Or we could clear something out, but you said all the buildings are flattened anyway, so
Yep, most of them are burned down to the ground.
so I guess go back up to the top of the back up to the trail at least.
Okay.
And then start scouting for a area to set up camp, and we'll approach the town tomorrow.
Okay. You,
So
as
look for
you're there, you do see that there's the trail that leads back across the waterfall. There is also one that heads, what you would guess, towards a little bit more of a main village area, but it's probably far enough away that you wouldn't reach it before dark.
the least amount of communication, unless you want to try to sneak in. Bathos, what do you think?
Sneaking in is probably the best.
Could look suspicious also.
Yeah, that's true.
What is our end goal here? What do we want to come from
They're
this?
supposed to have a big meeting that we're supposed to go, and we're trying to reach the clan Whar and find out what's going on with them.
Is there a way we could join the meeting?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. That's why I say maybe
Oh.
it's not a good idea to sneak in.
Oh,
So I think we should just find a spot to do camp and then go do it tomorrow.
Agreed. We're supposed to be here after all. That'll be part of it. We just have to walk like we belong here. Always.
All right, so you guys settle in for the night.
Yeah, do a little leaders recon and settle in.
Okay. So as you settle down, partway through the night, you can hear some rustling coming from the direction of the village up the trail. As you notice several zombies heading to the northwest following the river.
Are they headed towards the village?
Yes.
Well, I think we should take out the zombies and
Mhm.
save the village.
Yeah.
All right. Considering the number of them, there's not many, so it's fairly easy for you guys to eliminate them. The
Did
next
they
morning,
look like the villagers that from the town?
yes, it looked like some of the villagers from the town, but not all of them. So, what do you do in the next morning?
I guess.
So into the town.
Yep. Like
Heading into
we're
town.
supposed to be
Alright.
there.
I mean, we did just save it.
Yep. With our swagger on. Singing a jaunty tune, maybe.
Alrighty. So next morning you march another half day through the tree-covered canyon to find a small, partially frozen lake. Surprisingly, due to the lack of portage to the Serpent Sea, you also find about a dozen burnt longships with ice covering them. On the western shores, you see a village larger than the previous, also burnt to the ground, though not as recently.
Right. Look around see if it's the Whar did it too. Is this a standard raider village or does it look like wolf tracks and stuff in the
This looks like it was based on the architecture, another Badur village. This looks like it was probably attacked by the Whar, but additional forces of zombies have moved through the area recently.
Are we anywhere near our clan homelands, like where we'd normally be for the clan war?
At this point, no. This is not normal clan war land.
Okay, so they're probably using the Hellmaws to come in and out, raiding things. But okay, that's just my guess, based upon what the female wolf riders told us. Do you want to check this village out, or just keep heading towards where we're headed towards Rock Pipe? I think that's where we're headed, correct?
Yes.
Well, may not hurt. I mean, might be able to prevent more zombie attacks. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we can check out the village a little bit as we go, and then through it. If we see any zombies, we'll lay them back to rest. And we'll keep working our way towards the north, I guess.
Okay.
Or northwest, whichever way it happens to be at the time, towards our destination.
Yep. So you continue on. Following the trail, you find yourself in a frozen glade. The crunch of your boots is broken only by what sounds to be the creaking of ropes. As you look around, you see 4 armored men wearing blood-splattered white cloaks dangling from nooses at the forest's edge, with a dozen other armored bodies being torn apart and scattered around the clearing. You can see wolf tracks and raider boot prints, and the blood leads west, the direction of Rockpike. The center of the clearing stands a blackened stump of what was once a moderate-sized tree, with wisps of smoke still emanating from it. You also notice that a armored woman is being hung upside down from her feet, with her head inches from the ground and blood beginning to freeze beneath her.
I want to inspect the burned tree. Is it one of those ones like the tree in the village that they'd cut down?
Yes.
The iron trees or whatever they are.
The Ironheart trees, yes. It is one of those.
All right. Let's go inspect this woman and see what's up with that.
All right. As she dangles there, she sees you coming, and a look of fury crosses her face. Come back to finish the job, eh?
No, first time here.
We didn't even know you were alive.
You
Are you
wolf
from this
riders
village?
coming through, terrorizing us.
And who are you?
So, before we continue, like how big is this pool of blood? Like how bad is she injured? Is she like barely hanging on, or
No, she is not like in serious risk. It's just as she dangles, a little bit of blood dripping from her head.
What? Why'd they leave you hanging like this?
Hang from tree look no fun.
You think I'm doing this for fun?
No, but
Your people are the ones that dangled me up here, said that I was the lucky one.
I mean, if you're not dead, yes. But
yeah, I'm
just
supposed to
doesn't
go
make me-
tell everybody about all you've done, but apparently somebody decided to send you back to finish the job.
That makes sense. No, I was trying to piece together why they would leave you alive, but they wanted you to spread word. I don't think we're with them. Who was it that came and did this? Specifically. I know we all look the same.
Somebody kind of like hit her as she points over at Thorn. They're wolves and whatever else.
Thorn, and I'll speak to Thorn in his language. I think you're clan. I don't know, because he was confused too. So it'd be like, I think this was your clan, Thorn, or at least those renegade ones.
Yeah. Why clan raid? Well, easy pickings.
It's not like we've done anything to you. All we want is some decent farmland and a place to raise our families. You come along pillaging and burning everything.
So and at this point, Thistledown's gonna cut her. Like Thistledown's gonna help her down, just because
Yeah.
I don't want to. He doesn't want to keep talking to her upside down. That's rude.
Yeah.
He'll point out that it looks like they were headed to Rock Pike. Is that where they came from as well?
No, that's... You know nothing. Rock Pike is where King Cedric has formed a fortress to try and protect this land. We had some allies, but you came and destroyed everything that they brought us. Or at least the others like you.
Thank you. We didn't do it.
So,
Tora, as this is going on, you notice the stump of the tree has some small green sprouts sticking out of it, and you notice a little bit of movement on one of them.
Who noticed that?
Tora.
Me?
Tora.
Yes.
How long keep?
Yeah, your passive perception picked it up.
Okay.
You noticed a little bit of movement on it. What were you saying, Todd?
How long keep? Be there.
It's been there... I don't know. It's been there for a while. It's not a new thing. It's a well-established fortress. I'm not seeing
I'll
it.
point up.
So as
I'll
you look
point
a little closer, Tora, you see that there is a witch beetle hiding on these stalks, which the Ironwood witches use to look through.
All right, I'll point that out to the party.
Okay.
It looks like that we're being watched.
Are the Ironwood witches on our side? Or on anyone's side?
You haven't really encountered them.
Any rumors about them, though?
Not that you've come across. They tend to be fairly reclusive. Let's put it that way.
Okay. I was gonna say, can I tap into like my whole like collecting stories and things to see if he's heard anything?
Yeah, all you know is they tend to be very reclusive. The woman that you are talking to will finally introduce herself as Lan, and will let you know that the Baedor were trying to build a fleet that supposedly would help protect them from the raiders. Several beautiful women came through the tree, gave Cedric a lot of ironwood to build the fleet out of, and claimed that they would return to help put the fleet to sea. She also tells you that supposedly someone captured a Valkyrie and sold it to Cedric but she claims it is nothing more than a normal woman named Skuld.
Capture Valkyrie.
Yep.
New master. All right.
You guys
Thorn's
can
gonna
also
walk over and step on the beetle.
Okay. You guys can also scrounge together a couple suits of chainmail from all of the damaged suits. Not that I think any of you guys really use it, but it could be sold.
And afterwards, I just say, "No like spy."
Yep. So at that point, we will go ahead and call it here and see you guys in
Call it
a
a
couple of
2
weeks.
weeks.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Alrighty. You guys have a good one.